My name is Steve Roberts. I'm the Finance Director and IT Director of White Brothers Limited, a stainless steel fabrication business in Newcastle upon Tyne. We've been established for a long time. We started in 1884 in the West End of Newcastle, working for the farming industry as an engineering business, and over the years have developed in various ways, but eventually into stainless steel fabrications. So today we do stainless steel fabrications for mainly food and pharmaceutical companies that need hygiene grade stainless steel plant for their factories. We also do site service work, and really what we pride ourselves in is the quality of our manufacture and the skill of our people. We have people here who've been here for 20 to 30 years, so we built up an awful lot of skill in the people that we have here. So we've established the quality and experience over the years to be able to manufacture very high quality fabrications for many high integrity industries such as food, pharmaceutical, nuclear, biotech, oil and gas. We had an existing PBX in place which we'd had for about 20 years, but it was becoming rather unreliable. We had a problem with the UPS, which meant that whenever we had a power cut, the system would take a while to come back up. We never quite knew why, and obviously that brought in the fear that maybe there was a problem with it, maybe it wouldn't come back up sometime. So we realised that we had to start looking for a replacement. We also had problems finding replacement handsets. When we had a problem with the handsets, it was difficult to source new ones, particularly the reception handsets, which are obviously particularly important. And I guess allied to this was the realisation that our telephone system is absolutely mission critical. So it really needed to work, and we couldn't be faffing around trying to source ancient handsets that were not manufactured anymore. So I was also well aware of the convergence that was going on in between IT and telephony, and I'm also a self-confessed Linux geek. I have a lot of Linux servers here. I was very confident in open source server software and open source infrastructure software, so I was aware of Asterisk through that. I was aware that it was a very reliable system and a very flexible system. And my first thought was that I could do it myself. Maybe I could just set a server up and install Asterisk. But when I started to have a look into it, I realised that it was just too specialist an area really, and it was just too much of a risk to do it myself, and I needed some experts to come in and really do this for me, set it up, get it working, make sure it works properly, make sure that we had a support contract in place so that if anything went wrong, I'd have a point of call and I'd be able to get it sorted. So I searched the internet and I found a few different companies. I got in touch with a few of them and got in touch with Foehn as part of that process. And I was very impressed with the knowledge they had of Asterisk, the knowledge they had of open source software, and just the sort of technical expertise that they provided. Really, it just seemed to be an exact match for what I was looking for. Really, in some ways, a vanilla Asterisk system, but maintained and modified, customised to suit our requirements by a firm that really knew how to use the software and knew how it worked. In the process of finding a supplier for our new phone system, I found a few different companies that could supply an Asterisk solution, but most of them seem to be supplying really rather a pre-packaged solution. Often with the hardware included, you get the hardware device with a version of Asterisk installed on it. But that made me a little bit concerned that the companies wouldn't have the depth of experience and knowledge of configuring and implementing the Asterisk software itself, so that if we had a problem with it, they'd be able to fix it. So I guess the difference with Foehn was that it was quite clear that they were a company that knew Asterisk well, a company that knew how to implement open source software such as Asterisk. And so any problems that we might have, I was convinced that they would have the technical knowledge and depth of experience, to be able to configure it properly, modify it, make it do exactly what we wanted it to do, and make it work. Support was very important for us as well. Although I have quite a lot of experience myself, and we have experience in-house at managing Linux servers and open source software, really I needed the support for Asterisk so that I was confident that we could keep it running and that any problems we had would be fixed. So I was quite happy that Foehn could provide me with a support contract, and that they had the staff on site at Foehn to be able to answer problems that we had. And they can also log in remotely as well. I could see that they could log in remotely to our server and make configuration changes remotely as well. So that gave me the confidence that we can make the system work. Well, White Brothers has been around a long time and has developed a lot over the years, and we're continuing to develop now. We've recently helped found a new startup company which is manufacturing or developing a machine to manufacture food, basically a food processing machinery, which is very revolutionary. And that's required us to build collaborations with companies in the US and in Australia and across Europe as well. So we've had a requirement really to be able to conference call abroad, and we have speaker phones on the new phones that we have, which really enable us to get a group of people together, stand them in a room, put them on a speakerphone call to Australia, to a room full of people, across there, and have that work. With call rates which are very affordable. So that's very simple for us to do now, and that would have been completely impossible before we brought the new system in. I think as well, just the quality of the calls and the quality of the phones encourages our staff to speak to our customers more. Encourages them to speak to our customers, our suppliers. I think that's a very good thing for our business. And just generally, we have to be very contactable by our customers. Some of our site service customers need to be able to get in touch with us very quickly because they have very urgent problems on site. So for instance, if I'm not here and somebody leaves a message on my voicemail, it will just get emailed to me. So wherever I go, I'll pick the voicemail up on my phone as an email attachment, and that means I can stay in contact even though I'm not here. So altogether, it's been a huge step forward for us, really. I think it's a much more functional system than we had before, and it's really helped us to bring ourselves into the 21st century, really. I think too many times we're really still a very old-fashioned company, been around a long time. We're really trying to modernise ourselves, and this has really been a step forward.